Well, hello, and welcome to another lesson of the Focus on Contentful course. I am Marcelo Lewin, the Headless Creator. As always, get a hold of me right there, Marcelo at headlesscreator.com. With any questions, comments, ideas, whatever you have, send me an email. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Today, we're going to talk to you, or I'm actually going to show you all about the Tasks app, what it is, how to install it, how to configure it, how to use it. So let's jump in. I've got my plan right here. I want to make sure I cover everything. There we go. We're here in Contentful. So what I'm going to do, I'm just rearranging a couple of things real quick here just to make sure we have everything. Alrighty. So here we are in Contentful, and there we go. Perfect. So now we see it a little bit better. So we're in Contentful, and if you go into, for example, any entry, doesn't matter. Normally, there was a tasks built into the web admin interface. They took that out completely. They stripped the tasks code out of the web admin, and what they did is they created an app using their own app framework, which is really good news because then that app can be enhanced separate from the admin interface. It could also be attached to other places that the app framework allows you to attach itself to. For example, compose, launch, sidebars, anywhere you want, you can attach an app, right? So they took the code, they as in Contentful, took the code out of the web admin and recreated the Tasks app with a little more functionality this time, as a framework app that you can just install in your web admin interface. So having said that, let me make sure I cover all the stuff here. So what can you do with the Task app? Well, obviously you can create tasks, but with this version of it, you can also assign tasks to other users or teams, and you can actually put due dates, which you didn't have that before, and that's a cool feature. All right, so having said that, let's jump in and let's go ahead and install it. So you're probably going to need if you're an author, most likely you're going to need an administrator to do this for you. Just go to your admin and say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Admin, please install the Tasks app for us. What they're going to do is they're going to go into apps, and you can just tell them to go register at headlesscreator.com, get their free account and watch this tutorial. But they're going to go to apps, and under available, they're going to search for, and you'll see it here, tasks. So what we need to do is we need just to install it, and it's going to be installed in the space that you have set up. It's a space install. So we'll go ahead and authorize access to the space. Okay. And now it's going to give you a little bit of information about what you can do with tasks, things like that. At the top right, you'll see an install button. We'll go ahead and click on install and let it do its thing. And then finally, what's going to happen now that it's installed, it's saying, hey, where would you like to show tasks? In other words, which content types would you like to show the task app in? So that way they can't publish until whatever tasks you assign to them are completed. So here you can, it automatically will pre-select all the content types you have available. So it's going to do that for you automatically. So we can go ahead and click on save. Now, having said that, I do want you to understand, for example, if we go into, we'll go into content here. Let's just go into asset, and then we'll click on this. We should see there is the Task app. Now, it does take a little bit of time to load. I'm not sure if it's my end or if it's something with the app itself, but there you see tasks, okay? Now, the question is, what happens if you create a new content type after you install it? Let's test it out. We'll create a new content type, and we'll say delete content type. We'll just put that and we'll add a field. We'll call it title. Create, save. Now let's go to content, and we'll go to the delete content type, and let's create a new entry. And you don't see right here the task. And then after you add new content types, you're going to go, wait a minute, I thought we installed the Task app. What happened? So here's what you're going to have to do. And what's going to happen is you're always going to work with your admin with this. But whenever you add new content types, you're going to have to go back and configure the task app for those content types. So if we go back into, let's go back into, sorry, here, manage apps. And now you're going to find it under installed. If we go to tasks, and we should see, there it is, delete content type. That's the new one we just added, right? So you want to make sure that that's selected. We'll click on save. So if we go back into content and click on this, now you see the tasks. Now, if it still doesn't appear, because it may happen, here's the other place that your admin should look into. If they go into content model, and for example, let's pick the delete one, the delete content type, but it doesn't matter, it's the same for all of them. We'll go to sidebar. You'll see it right there, see? Now, it may not have been put in there. Sometimes it happens. It'll show right there. So if I click on save now and go back to content, here's the delete content type, we no longer see the task. So if that happens and they did install it and they did configure it for that content type, and maybe they don't know this, your admin, tell them, hey, you might want to go into that content type, and then you're going to really show off and they're going to be very impressed with you as an author. Tell them, go into the sidebar and there should be a task app there. Make sure you insert it, and then you can position it wherever you want. So if I click on save, and now I go to content here, you'll see it right there. Okay? So, alrighty, so I just covered